I'll jump into it. But yeah, it was good. So, welcome back to the Off the Clock Show. Joined again with Shawn Gervais from Orbis X CRM and Marshall Hill from Pints and Polishing Podcast and Hyper Clean Car Care Products. How you doing, man? Hey.
Well, sir. Well, tell me about this pizza.
Yeah. Oh man. So this weekend. So
All right,
first off,
hold on. What
all right.
pizza do you like? Like, what's your
Okay.
topping?
So here's the thing. I love pineapple on my pizza in whatever
We
form.
talked about this.
Yeah, I'm a pineapple guy.
All right.
100%.
What about crust? Are you big, like fluffy crust? You like
Uh,
small crust? You like thin? What are you?
you know, I like I don't know, regular size crust because it's not thick, it's not skinny. If it's from Pizza Hut, I don't know what it is about their dough or whatever the recipe is. It's just phenomenal. Outside of that, I'm a thin crust guy. Not too big on the crust, but yeah, I don't know why. I've had two memorable pizzas, I'd say, in my life, and one of them was actually named after my daughter. Well, it had the same name as my daughter. So it was called the Mariana, and it's at this restaurant here, Vittoria Trattoria.
Named after your daughter? Like,
Yeah.
come on, man. My daughter, she was just wee little lassie.
We little lassie.
We walked into this pizza parlor.
It's true story. Yeah, but I wouldn't lie to you on a Tuesday. But so yeah, it was an amazing pizza. But it was a very Italian restaurant. They do the on premises. They have the big wood oven, everything.
So yeah, you got
Amazing.
Italian pizza, you got New York pizza,
Yeah.
Chicago pizza, you
Yeah.
got the thin crust.
Yeah, because they differ quite a bit, And so
Uh-huh.
this one, it was very very thin crust, almost no crust to be honest. So really thin. But it
Paper
was
thin.
about yeah, it was about the fresh ingredients. But here's what was cool that night. So I ordered this pizza, and it's the right size too. It's like the proper amount for like it was. I don't know. Well, they cut it in four slices, but they were sizable slices. But it wasn't too much pizza, and it wasn't too little either. It was just perfect. But the big thing was I ordered it as is on the menu, and I ordered it just because I was like, oh, it's my daughter's name. That's cool. Yeah, I'll take that one. And so, boom, guy brings it out, and then he puts this bottle of vinaigrette on the table, and I was like, what's that? And he says, little secret. He said, this pizza's amazing, but this takes it right over the top. So I was like, hey, go for it, man. Like anytime, if someone suggests something like that, like he wasn't upselling me vinaigrette, like he was just like, hey. And so I was like, yeah, this is probably what he eats there, as a worker. So anyway, put it on. It was one of the top three pizzas of my entire life, honest to God. And then the second one, which is what I just had this weekend, my daughter loves pizza. We decided instead of ordering pizza, I hadn't had pizza in a while, and I said, well, why don't we just make a pizza? It's not that difficult. It's not rocket science. It'll be some time we can spend together, make a pizza. Whew. It was so good.
Yeah.
So,
It's so interesting. I've started to see on Facebook. This is one of those, right? Like it's fun to get down into the algorithm because you just click on one thing,
and then
then
next
there's
thing
like,
yeah.
and then you said like this was pizza dough. Because I'm the same way. I really would think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
And they make now those pizza dough ovens. You can buy like these small
Yeah.
little ovens to cook your pizza in. I know
Yeah.
some people here, on their back patios, they'll put
Yeah,
in a little place to
outdoor,
cook some stuff. And,
yeah.
like
Yeah,
I've heard
yeah.
about that. It's just interesting. What pizza sauce? What's your go-to sauce?
Oh, so me, I just like a marinara. It's
Just regular marinara, yeah?
Yeah.
No
Yeah,
pesto, like margarita pizza or some of those like Mediterranean pizzas
Not
where
a-
they put the pesto sauce.
Not a huge
No?
fan. However, I did have one recently. It was from HelloFresh, actually. So we got our thing HelloFresh, and it was this Greek-inspired pizza. And the sauce that they had, it was like I don't know, some sort of balsamic mixed with, I don't actually know
Yeah,
what
seems to be
base
the
sauce
thing with that.
was.
So our move lately, and we love Wednesday nights. We love to go. There's a little pizza place we like to go to. So mine is the big fluffy crust,
Okay.
right? The crust fluffy and crispy, like.
Yeah.
like-
You're like the
Right,
outside. Yeah. Mm. Yeah,
And then, just a regular, I could do thin or just regular crust, but so we've been doing just veggie, like different
Nice.
veggies and stuff
Yeah.
with Alfredo instead of
Interesting.
regular sauce. Yeah, Alfredo sauce with
No
the,
way.
yeah, that's
I've
that's been our
never
go-to
tried
for a
that.
bit. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
Alfredo
wow.
sauce is good on pizza. I really like it.
No way. I'm
Mhm.
definitely gonna try that because
Mhm.
if this was like 3 weeks ago, I would have said hell no. But after I had the Greek inspired one, they added feta as
Mhm.
like a base layer, and that with the sauce and everything, it kind of ended up creamy like a cream sauce. So it
Mhm.
was similar, but interesting. Alfredo. I never would have thought
Mhm.
of that.
And then
Wow.
you a dipping ranch guy or no?
Sometimes I
Sometimes,
actually
yeah.
like
Good ranch. I love a good ranch and pizza. Mhm.
okay, yeah. Me, I like the it's like the garlic sauce, so it's similar. But yeah, I am a dip guy though for sure. But they used to have this pizza at Boston Pizza, and it was amazing. It was like my favorite pizza ever. It was I think they called it the Mexican something. Anyway, it was you had the banana peppers and then you had the sour cream and I don't remember what else was on it now that I think about it. I think there was ham and pineapple as well. Anyway, it was the perfect mixture for me. One year, I went to order the same pic, and it was just based off picture. I'd open the menu and be like, "Oh yeah, I want that pizza." They changed it up and they switched, and they put what the hell are those things called? It was like potato skins or something inside it, but you couldn't see them in the picture. So I thought it was the same pizza I had before. Honestly, it was the worst pizza of my life. And after that, I told my wife, I said, I'm never coming back here again. And I've never been back since. It was horrible, but I also hate when they kept the name similar. And so they tricked me. They tricked me. And I don't like being tricked like that.
You,
I'm done.
do you guys have Papa John's up there?
Some places, yeah. But
They have a pretty good dipping sauce.
it's, oh, okay. I never, you're like, yeah.
Mhm. It's pretty good little garlic butter dipping sauce.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. Yeah,
But
because
your go to of the big ones is Pizza Hut.
yeah, that's
Yeah, I've
like
never been a Pizza Hut guy. Yeah,
oh
never.
damn, no way.
Yeah,
Oh shit. Their pizza, something about the dough. I don't know. It's
sure.
just
Yeah,
man.
everybody's got their thing. Yeah, I grew up here. Mazio's is the big one. They're a
Mm,
local, regional
yeah.
chain though. Actually
Really?
went to high school with the owner's daughter. We went to the same high
Oh
school.
shit, no way.
Yeah,
Hmm.
funny story. The husband and wife divorced.
Yeah, yeah.
His name was Ken. At
Okay.
that time, he had two chains: Ken's Pizza and Mazio's.
Okay.
In the divorce, she took Ken's Pizza because it was the
No.
bigger. You can just see it, right? In the divorce, she takes the bigger one. She takes the name,
Yeah.
but
Oh
Mazio's
man.
is the one that made it because the head guy, right? It's the guy.
Yeah.
It's
It's true.
interesting. Sometimes people make some decisions. Hey, do you watch Landman?
Lamb no.
Landman's interesting. It's a Texas based, oil, all that stuff.
Okay, yeah.
In the last episode of season 2, he gets fired.
Shit.
The woman wants to run it and doesn't want his help.
Oh shit.
He gets
Okay.
fired, right? And you just
Damn.
interesting. Like I know we're gonna go into a season here where we're about to get blown up and inundated with it's amazing. And
Mm.
there's one group that's going to really push, and they already have a bunch of crazy dressed people dancing around and doing all fun stuff, and they're going to act like they're the next thing. Well, there's a woman there who got fired from her last job because she was losing $1 a package on Amazon. Could you just
Damn.
imagine running
Damn.
a company and they were doing massive amounts on Amazon?
Yeah.
But never really like you, and now you're gonna just go over and just like you didn't make that mistake and people need to really just trust you. Now they got this person that got let go from the last place, and you go,
Hmm.
okay, we have to talk about it, and not
Yeah.
of judgment, right?
Crazy.
It's not. Don't
Yeah.
misunderstand me. If anybody like, it's just you have to recognize if somebody was marketing for this other company here,
Mm.
somebody which we talked about, right? We're about to go hear from somebody else that was a salesman here, but now he's a president of a company here.
Yeah.
How you get somebody that
Quite
was a
quite the
promoter
payload.
here to just now sales, but like
Yeah.
it's just interesting
Yeah.
if people really start to look at what's happening. And I think it's what you said. You said we're seeing the next wave.
Yeah, and that's exactly.
And
what
if
we're
you'll
seeing.
follow some stuff with some,
Yeah,
chemical brands, you can see,
you can
oh,
see parts of
shit.
the wave coming
Well,
in.
those people
Yeah,
hadn't been doing good at all, right? Like they
yeah,
got bought, then now their staff is getting canned, and you're just like, damn. Like,
yeah.
okay, what's this next, cheap chemical company going to promote? That they're the next thing?
It's
Okay.
true, man. That's
It's just
that.
interesting to watch what people do for
Yeah,
marketing, how they promote themselves, and what they put out on social media. Like,
yeah,
Shawn, you would never be caught dead in half the shit that some of these people are wearing to promote the brand, like all around MTE too. And
that's
you just
crazy.
go,
Jesus.
how, why? I guess the question is also, as a manufacturer and as somebody who has used to support and heavily go to, and I won't doubt that there was a big push of how we got into the national scene was through there. We went in and transformed it. It's interesting. People are still years later still doing podcast at Mobile Tech, but that was
Yeah,
blown up because of what we did. That
yeah,
this a lot these banners and the stuff that we still have here are from there. Like,
yeah, yeah.
well,
That's amazing.
love Mobile Tech.
Yeah,
But why are some brands so enamored by this is the way that they're gonna make their mark too? Like, you've been getting any messages? Like, you think a lot of people are gonna be going to Mobile Tech?
I don't think so. Not numbers like it was before, and it's a lot of the regulars. Let me put it that way, because that's
Yeah.
so.
Well, so that's exactly what I just said, right? They were from
Yeah,
here to here to over to here. Now it's like a shuffle
yeah.
game.
It's just unilateral moves. Exactly. Yeah. Shuffle game's a perfect
And
way.
they're like, they'll go into a meeting and be like, oh, you're with them now. Oh, yeah. How's it over there? Oh, pretty good. You're
Yeah,
with so and so now. Oh, yeah. How's it over there? Oh, we're doing good.
yeah, exactly. And it's funny because I was talking with one guy and he was like, "Are you going?" I said, "No, no, not going." And he was like, "Oh, me neither." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, yeah, figured." And that's been every 10 people that message me, 8 of them saying the same thing. And the biggest thing I realized is that every year before it even happens, I'm not involved in the planning of it, but I could probably lay out the plan and say, this person's going to give a speech, this person's going to be introduced by so and so, this person's going to get an award. Like, I could tell you the whole script of what's going down, who's going to be there without even being there because it's just rinse and repeat. The same shit every year. People are just changing shirts, that's all. Like, it's.
And you would go from an owner's perspective, somebody would eventually, they aren't.
Yeah, no.
No.
They aren't. Yeah, it's like,
They aren't the
now it.
owners. They're salesmen, and they're doing a great job marketing, which is why I guess some owners eventually go, this has gone on long enough. We're out, right? Right. But if they're great at marketing and sales, I'll clap at that all day long, right? Like,
Yeah,
no
100%.
issues there. Love people great at marketing. Love that they're great at sales. Love they're great at their job. 100%. Good job. We just all have to. We got to at least talk about it. Yeah. I mean, but
100%.
if
Yeah.
nobody ever says anything,
Then it just
then nobody
continues
ever
on.
know, right? Like,
It's true.
they're just
Yeah.
continued to be promoted of the saviors of the industry, right? Like,
Yeah.
we've done so much for this industry.
Yeah. Mm. Game changing, huh? Yeah. Sure. That's the thing is that I wish we had something still. Like there's still, SEMA, of
Do
course,
you?
big deal.
We'd have to be pretty fucking small if we had something.
Yeah, that's yeah, true. But
Because we really haven't had anything. We
Yeah,
can't
but
say
that's
SEMA's
where-
ours. SEMA's not ours.
No, it's true. Because it's
We're-
definitely not.
Yeah.
We're just a very small.
Mobitech's not ours.
Yeah.
Mobitech's PDR. They dominate it. There's
Yeah.
literally, like you've said, a handful of these rinse and repeaters. There's a lot of people that the best was we out of Corona, and if people would ever wonder why I'm so passionate, we'll always talk about. Yeah, I used the passion bucket word, but if you want to know why, it's because they shut it down. They shut something. There was that group that closed Mobile Tech in 21. They said no, we shouldn't do this. They're the ones that didn't support mobile tech in Vegas. Same people, like because it didn't go to what they were. It wasn't community. It was them, right? You'll just see it now promoting to the same thing what they're doing at the next place.
Yeah.
Okay, like
Yeah.
should we go? Do we ever have a thing? Or Shawn, is the next thing all online?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a good question, and it kind of makes me think. There was a guy that posted, and he was asking people for some advice if he should still call customers, and he said because it seems like my customers just want to text, and I get better response rates by text. I think it's one of those evolutionary things where the way we take in information and the way we like quote unquote attend things, I think it's changing. I think
Oh,
it is.
absolutely. Well, so what do you think is the detailing quote unquote industry? Like not marketing, not thinking anything like that. Just,
Man.
what is do you think the industry is mostly now an online type industry, a expo industry? I think car shows are still a big part. I do.
Yeah, I'd say 100% car shows are a big part still. I think people are getting kind of tired of sort of the same old, where it's like, okay, I'm going to go to this thing, and then there's going to be some guru that's going to tell me, like, this is, the trends
I
coming
push
up.
back too. I think people are tired of the online,
Mm.
the same product review guy now reviewing somebody else, and
The same
I
old,
think
yeah.
that's running its course.
Well, that's run its course 100%. The next big thing that's going to happen is people that are just doing it, living by example, and like we see a couple of them, they put out some content, but it's going to be kind of that live shopping thing where a guy's just going through his day to day, what he does, how he runs his business, and someone follows that journey. And then along the way, he's like, and by the way, thanks for following me and supporting me. And these are the products I use. Check them out. Kind of more just a casual product placement. I think that's going to be more the future, and that's what a lot of brands are going to be leaning in towards, I think. And then,
Are they going to be wearing their goggles?
yeah, they will be wearing the goggles.
I
Yeah,
think so too.
100%.
I think
Yeah,
so too.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's what I think a lot of people want to see is that the raw footage, the uncut, follow someone's journey. It's the whole Rocky Balboa thing where you're there, you're in training camp, and you're just a part of the journey. I think that's what people want to see nowadays. However they consume that, and I think that gone are the days where buy my course, I know how to do everything, but I'm not no I don't have a detail shop, but just trust me.
I don't know.
No,
There's a guy that I've sent you stuff. He's a detailer that buys those old vehicles, and him and his wife
yeah,
have these
yeah,
awesome,
yeah.
really great. The last one I just saw, he was holding a polisher and now marketing to other detailers. Hey, I can show you how to polish. Just sign up for this course. And I'm,
Fuck. Ruined a good thing. But see, who's really gonna win isn't the guy that's doing that per se. It's gonna be the guy that takes it a step way beyond that, and it doesn't. You don't even know you're really being sold to. So put it this way: I'm seeing this right now with my wife. She's a huge gardener. We've talked about this before. I've seen the shift in that industry because there was during COVID, everybody got into gardening, and then all of a sudden they needed income, and I don't want to go back to work, so they start talking with suppliers and stuff like that, and then they started making courses. They said, here's how you can have the ultimate garden and so on and so forth, and it worked for a very brief window. But then outside of that, the ones that I've seen that are doing, they're still around and they're growing and they're becoming more successful, are the ones that are just a lot more subtle with it. There was one girl, she was drilling holes so she could plant her bulbs, and she was using this really long auger. And she said, yeah, it was really difficult for me to find these augers. Fortunately, I found this company and they sent me one to test it out. It worked so well, I bought 2 more of them, and you can actually just scan this code here. It'll help my channel out and you'll get a discount. And then anyways, this is how I use it. And she just went right back into it. It was fucking perfect execution. But going and selling the course and then having to transform someone's life, I think a lot of people are starting to get over it. They're like, I've bought courses before and I never took action, so like, yes, I'm the problem, but still they're realizing like this isn't gonna get me the results. But if that guy was to just go through the same journey he was doing, buying the cars, things like that, you know, showing the process of everything, and this is the tool that I'm using and stuff, and taking a more subtle approach, I think he would have done better. But in terms of like circling back, are we going to keep having in person, you know, conferences where it's just the same people? It's because like what we've got right now are two ends of the spectrum, right?
All
We've
right.
got you go ahead.
I apologize. I didn't
No,
want to
no, no
circle
problem.
back now that you shoot. Okay. I don't want to circle back. I want to stay on what you were just talking about because you've said that we're seeing this changeover. Okay. We've already said it, some other, you know, inside of the industry, quote, quote, dot, dot, dot. The interesting part too is I've also seen and heard of people going in and now wanting to pay for trainings because there's such an influx of new people, and the new people do want to know. They don't want to get in blind. Very similar to, I think this is the interesting part. And I actually at the liquor store when I was getting the drink for this episode, somebody was talking and they were selling to the lady selling the new mixed drinks, and we're talking about the new generation. I said, I apologize, I don't mean to interrupt. I've heard of that. Is it true that the young generation aren't drinking like us? I said, oh yeah. I mean, it's by the masses. And I said, what's that age? They said 25 and under. It's insane.
Yeah.
Same as I
for us
think
was completely different.
yeah, there's a new group going, hey, we've seen the burnt doors. We've seen the guys burn everything by going to the parts store, and we've seen everybody try and dilute everything down as far as they can to save a penny and then make $1,000 on a detail. They've seen it. They've watched everybody over the years parade it around. Is this new generation something to be worried about? If you're the guy that got in business 2 to 3 years ago, still in the greatest time that we as an industry have ever seen, if you think market cap, the amount of money in our industry 2 to 3 years ago is unprecedented. Should you have something to worry about?
You know what? I would say
yes,
1,000%.
you absolutely motherfucking should.
Yeah.
Because they're coming after you, and you might actually be somebody that thinks you're good because you were good in such an amazing time.
Yeah, it's true. And
that blindness, that blindness is exactly what we've talked about of the migration. You didn't know there was a migration.
It's true.
You thought you were going to be the guy that were there forever. And then suddenly the river's dried up and you got to go now hunt.
Yeah, it's true. And you know what I think it's what's going to make them more dangerous as well is I do think that the courses and the gurus and stuff are going to get replaced. I think 1,000%. And I'll tell you who they're going to get replaced by, and it's manufacturers like yourself. You guys put out a ton of these videos explaining how to use the product. It's coming straight from the source.
And our distributors. We got Derek from DJ Detail. He's a goggle guy. He's a whole showing point of view.
Yeah, and that's what's going to make the difference, because the older generation, the ones that just made it because it was the time you throw a line in the pond and fish are jumping into your boat. You don't even have to catch them. The younger generation are paying attention. I think that's the biggest thing. As much as we clown them for, oh yeah, they're always on their phones. Oh yeah, they're lazy. They this and that. The ones that aren't, they are laser focused on learning things and finding not shortcuts, because shortcuts is not the right word here, but they're looking to find a strategic way to run their business. That's what they're looking for. And when they find a company that, oh yeah, we sell this product and that's kind of the end of the sales cycle. They're like, okay, but I want to know how to use it and stuff. Before it was, well, fuck, now I have to go find a guru and maybe he's not even ever used this product or this tool or whatever. So it was a lot more fragmented.
Or they found it off the guru.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I think, to your point, there's a lot of manufacturers and there are a lot of companies that are cutting the gurus out. Like they're
100%.
yeah,
Go
and
straight to the source.
but
You
two
have
to
the
3 years
tools.
ago, that's how you found some stuff.
Yeah.
5 years ago, even. I mean,
Yeah.
I literally,
Now.
if you've been in business, this is early 26. If you got in business after Corona, do I think you have anything to worry about? Yes.
1,000%. Yeah. 1,000%.
Like, there's just a lot you don't know, man. There's just a lot you don't know.
Yeah.
I know one guy that you know him and I know him, and he had hit me up about some product. He still is yet to purchase.
And
It-
it's like,
if there's a lot of things you don't know, and if glass cleaner is going to save you and you're some stuff like why not?
Yeah.
Like more and more people as they're going to see coming through on the app and coming through inside the Orbis X Facebook group results.
yeah,
And
100%.
as you tell me about the stuff that you're pumped about, when my stuff actually gets public and I can talk about it,
yeah.
oh, dude,
100%.
I'm
It's
fucking pumped.
game
Because
over.
what do we know about these people, right? These brands. What do we know? We know the majority of them really, like 100% don't do R&D. Like it's not even in their budget. It's not a budget item. They could never research and develop a product for over a year. They can't do it. There's no way the salaries can justify, which is what we're seeing, right? We saw a brand having to dump some people, and this other brand's picking them up, thinking they're the heroes, right? Like having to dump some people because it wasn't justifiable.
It's true.
What is 26 gonna be?
Yeah, 100%. That's part of that wave, and that's exactly what it is. And so, like, what we've started doing at our own shop is talking with our guys that are younger about just purchasing habits and stuff like that, and what's out there. Because we thought even same thing. We're like, oh, detailer starts. Well, eventually he's probably going to want to do tinting, so let's find a course and get him doing that, or we'll get him trained by one of our other guys if time permits. Things like that. And honestly, talking with them, like there's one guy in particular I'm thinking of right now, Alex, and he was like, I just want to scale within this company in the detailing side. He's like, I don't this dream that you have of like, oh yeah, you're gonna work your way through this kind of like fucking chain. He's like, no interest in that at all. He's like, I just want to.
It used to always be the way, right? Like you start here. I know a local guy started, and he's like, and maybe like 2 weeks ago came in to pick up some coating. And I asked him about some detail. What do you use for this? And he goes, I really don't try detail anymore.
Yeah. Okay.
I went across the river right there.
Yeah.
Not a good river part to cross.
Not a good river. Take care. All right. Yeah, it's a funny thing, It's so we've been still doing our ad campaigns and stuff. The competition's still going. We're on phase 6 now, which is good. And so I've been having a lot of success with these ads that are so contrary to what any detailer would think. Because what do we always say? Like, oh, we're the best. We do it better than you. We have, the greatest chemical. You don't know shit. Like, that's basically what we're telling customers. And I decided, let me run with some campaigns that it's the exact same clean that you would do because you love your car, but we're just saving you time and energy. And I was like, let me just see I chose one pain point, and I said, forget all the rest of the whole, like, we're the best and the reason, you don't know what you're doing. I just said, no, we're just here to save you time and energy. That's it. And I've been having a lot of success with that campaign. More so than I was surprised, to be honest. More so than I thought. I thought it was going to be okay, just because I'm decent with my graphics, my marketing, putting it out there. Knowing the right ad spend to put behind something too helps. But I was impressed. And my business partner, Nick, he went with the standard, this is what's included, and it's normally $479, and right now it's $179. And he was like, yeah, it's going to crush it because they're saving $300. And I'm like, you're explaining, like, they don't even know what I'm saving per se because you're listing a bunch of shit that they didn't even know they wanted or don't even really care about. Anyway, his campaign's flopped, but I saw that coming. But it's because people are changing. They really are. Like, I find a lot of people are overthinking things. I truly do. And I've been seeing that a lot in what's going on with the messages I'm getting lately a lot. And I think it's because it's that same mentality the same herd of people that are going to go to these same gurus, the same herd that's going to go to these, conferences, and they think they're doing something because they're just in attendance. And so it's the same for your business is, okay, I'm going to, go through all my
There's
marketing
that old
messages.
analogy of, not analogy, but shit, I forgot what the word is, but where I can go, well, I'm going to go and I'll pick up something.
Yeah.
All good in 2017.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
good
exactly.
in 2020. All good in 2023.
Yeah.
26. You're going to spend
No.
that time and energy and money away
Yeah.
picking up something,
Something. Yeah.
getting a feel good.
Yeah.
I don't
And
think
that's
people are. You have people that were saying they're not going, right?
loads. Yeah. Literally 8 out of 10 people that message me. And I've been getting tons of messages because a lot of people have been asking me if I'm going. And I thought the same thing that you just
So the
mentioned.
ones that are going, what do you think they're going for?
Well, I had this thought. I'm not saying they're going for me. What I'm saying is that when someone messages, it's kind of like, let's say you're going to a party, right? But let's say you're going to a party and you're like, who's going to be there? You want to make sure you're going to get something out of it. And so when they were like, hey, Shawn, are you going? If I said yes, that's now justification to go because they're going to get something out of it. They're going to be able to talk with me, pick my brain. We can talk back and forth, hash it out about their business, or even just meet me because I've helped them out so much with their business, like different things. But the minute I was like, no, I'm not going. And then instantly it was like, yeah, me neither. You know what I mean? It was like they were looking, like, there's no draw for them to go because it's like, oh, I saw these people 3 years ago. You know what I mean? They just had different shirts on. And so that's kind of what I've been seeing a lot of. And I think the smart ones are going if they know already what the thing is that they're going to get out of it. I don't know what that would be, but if they're going and
Could
there's
also
a
be
thing,
their version of Mecca.
yeah, that
There
could be it
are
too.
those, right? If you
Going
got
home,
in
I'm in the
with the
center.
people that are always there and you keep going,
Hmm.
it could just be, which is fine, right? Once again, this isn't,
Yeah,
there's no shot. This could be just be part of their year.
yeah,
Okay,
that's true.
cool.
I'm in the industry and this is what we do. That
What
kind
we
of,
do. This is what I'm doing. I'm going to
yeah.
go do this and I'm going to take some people. I used to know people that did that on a regular basis for a couple
Yeah.
years.
And then it happens. But yeah, I think it is changing, and it's part of that wave
Yes.
that we're
What does it
seeing.
change to? This is the interesting part, right? Like,
Is the interesting part.
because if somebody's a detailer, they're listening, they're going, all right, so don't go. What do I go to if I want to be a part? There is a reason to be a part. There is a reason to be a part of something. Like to go in. There is a whether you call it humane, whether you call it mental, whatever, to go and regularly be a part of something.
Hmm.
It's good. It's good for you, right? This is why you and I have talked. Like, so why listeners should always hear every Tuesday an episode or Wednesday.
Yeah,
When do you put it out? Do you put it out Tuesday
yeah,
or
yeah.
Wednesday? Put it out Tuesday, right after we record it, right? Like it just goes
Exactly.
out.
Yeah.
Like, there's part of regularly. So what would they go to? And maybe we don't have that answer, but the reason why I'm asking isn't so that we can come up with that answer. No. It's so that detailers can go, oh, should I be creating something for my customers to regularly come
Yeah.
to?
Yeah.
And if I'm supposed to, what should I regularly do for those customers that regularly come to me?
Interesting indeed. Yeah. All right. What a cook. All right. Yeah.
Right?
Really interesting indeed.
If there's a thing that's going on and people are like, okay, this is my point of marketing. This is why I always love to look at other things and and then go, how can I take this idea and bring it in?
100%.
And here's the answer, Shawn. They need to. Ah, come on, man. I can't do that.
You're evil, you know that? Yeah. But But you're absolutely right though. People do have that. It's like a innate thing with humans. Like we do want to be a part of something, right? And I think that every kind of industry's got their thing. Every community's got their thing. Like whether it's on a huge scale, like even
We got to
going
create a
to
thing.
church, like everyone's got their thing. Finding that
We as a
thing,
detailer, car care, we got to create a thing.
a thing. Yeah, yeah,
Is that a
and
stuffed animal that you give out and people take for? Like, I know I've heard of that. There's a guy here that does it. I've heard of another people that are trying to do this doll thing and take pictures with the doll. You know, I don't think. I look at the high end customers that we all want.
mm,
They'd never do that.
yeah, no, not a chance.
What do we need to do to get that guy?
True,
To
but it
get
also
that
depends
guy.
on the customer you want. Because at my shop, I don't want that guy. I'm gonna see him once every 2 years.
No. Well, okay. So you're right. Yeah. Okay. I
Yeah,
mean, I don't think of it that way as once every 2 years. When I'm thinking of that guy, I see that guy every weekend
yeah, yeah. I'm
at
just saying
at
for me.
$75 to $100
Yeah, yeah.
every
Okay,
couple of
see,
weeks.
okay, there.
Like
That's different at the
that's what I'm
price.
talking
When you
about.
said the
Not
high end guy, I was thinking, like, 'cause
yeah.
sometimes
Hmm.
detailers are like, oh yeah,
And I'm glad
$1,000
you bred.
detail.
I'm glad. Yeah, because
Yeah,
the guy I talked about earlier don't do
yeah,
detailing anymore.
mm,
Who's he going? Right? No, 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 no.
yeah.
No, these guys that are coming into industry, what are they going after?
Mm. Oh,
Regular money. I want my
yeah,
regular money.
exactly. Because cash flow is king. Cash flow is king. Without it, it's. I was listening to Tony Robbins like 2 days ago, and he was talking about how everything is on planet Earth. Everything, your business, your relationship, friendships, everything is either growing or dying. That's it. And the only way to grow is to continue to have growth. That's the only way. And so, if you're seeing someone every year, oh great, you see them every springtime. That's not growth. That's just sustaining, which ultimately is actually death. That's what it is. But growth is where you're continuously doing bigger numbers than you were before, and growth is stacking on top.
All
So,
right.
year one,
How?
yeah.
How do we use Orbis X? How do we use Luna to achieve that?
Mm, a lot of different ways, cool ways too, actually. So, one of my favorites is the post service messages. I absolutely love it. And most people think, oh, it's post service. So, they got service done. Now I send them a message about their service. We actually use it more often to send them messages about other things. We use it, sure, if someone gets a tint done, we let them know a few days later, post service, time to roll your windows down. But we actually use it just because it's called post service. It just means you're sending a message automatically after they got a service done. And because you know when they got the service done, it's time based. So after a month, you could send them one thing. After 2 months, send them another thing. After 3 months, but it doesn't have to be a follow up specific about their service. It's about their vehicle. It's about car care. It's about things going on in the community. It's about tips and tricks on things, just different things, but it doesn't have to be specific to the service itself. We use that for cross selling. We also use it for a bunch of other stuff. But one of my personal favorites is our tag actions. And the tag actions are great. So tags are essentially labels that you could put on a customer. It could be anything you want. It could be VIP customer, or we have one that's for one dog, two dog, three dog, four dog, for example. So if someone has a certain number of pets, then we just click that tag. Once you make them, they're there, and you just click it, and it tags the customer automatically. But a cool thing you can do is you can set up tag actions that the minute you tag a customer, it automatically sends them something. So whatever message you've typed up. So we use that for a lot of different things. We use it for things relating to, the local golf courses nearby, for cool restaurants to check out. So our way of making them feel a part of something is by us being kind of like their assistant in life almost. Like we're something they can't live or breathe without. So we talk to them about stuff. Oh, what do I talk about, Shawn? Ask them if they had any good recommendations for a restaurant. Now it's the time for you to put it on them. Be like, have you eaten anywhere good recently? I gotta take my wife out, and we've eaten. We've eaten at all the good restaurants that I can think of. Is there like a hole in the wall you can think of? Now, boom, they hit you with something, and you're like, oh, thank you so much. Now's your time to thank them for that. It's a genius way to flip it. And so,
And or not even offer them anything. I think most people would don't offer nothing. Say thanks so much.
oh, no, no, no. Here's the thing. We just say thank you so much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But we have a tag action that we tag later. So if we go and we eat there, it'll be like, thanks for that restaurant recommendation. Just wanted to follow up. Loved it. That follow up is key. Nothing to do with your business. You've now just nurtured that community.
All right, let's think about something. Let's think about something.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because we could legitimately strategize gaining some customers interaction. And interaction creates opportunity.
Yep. Everyone.
And food is a wonderful thing to do.
Oh,
right?
it is. Everybody eats.
Everybody
We started
eats.
this whole episode off on food.
And you're right. And but I want to say, and we talked about pizza, and then we brought up Papa John's, and like this is all cheap stuff. I'm not saying you got to go regularly buy a $200 meal at the steakhouse, but every once in a while on your page, your reel, your story, your personal. If you're going to bring up good food and you want to go after higher end clientele, you can't say what you said earlier, like a good hole in the wall. Wrong clientele. Wrong clientele. That should be like what I talked about yesterday, opening up the episode, Chili Bowl. Chili Bowl here, it brings in a shit ton of people.
Yeah.
The detailers, there's some that market to them. But then I could also, which I will send you a video that somebody did in the stands of Chili Bowl of this massive fight that breaks out.
Shit.
And in the episode, yesterday I was like, Chili Bowl, what's that? Chili Bowl? Like, just think of the name.
Yeah.
Bowl. Who do you think's going to be there? Not the people I want to market to. Let me tell you about that.
Yeah, definitely not.
What? I like chili. Agreed.
Agreed. Yeah. No argument here. Yeah, it's fair. But no, that's a really good point though. And so I
Pick
found
your food.
yeah, food is a huge one.
No,
Another good
I
one-
mean, that's the point, right?
yeah.
Is they should pick their food.
Pick their food. Yeah, 100%. Pick your food. And another good one here is there's furniture stores that a lot of people go to, right? That are just like regular, like, you know, they buy stuff at IKEA, Walmart, all that kind of stuff. But then there's the specialty stores that sell stuff that you're not going to find in other stores. There's one near our place. It's called Illuminous or something like that. Pretty much all they sell is lights, but they do have furniture as well. But the lights they sell, like they have special chandeliers. They have I don't know what they're called that goes over like.
So you're saying flip the script and do product reviews for
exactly for those specific places, for those products. Like if you're looking for this, that, da, 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 or even.
Could you then go, hey, if I'm a detailer and I'm mobile, I guess you could go shop. You could kind of look around, but you could kind of dig into your customer base and you could go snoop. But ultimately, you got to pick what they might think. Like, so if you're mobile, you could kind of glance around a little bit, you know?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, for sure.
You know, see what they're into.
Yeah, 100%.
And then go to those stores and here's the interesting part, right? Like, should they do a reel? Should they do that? Should they do a story? Man, what should they do? How much time, energy, effort? Because this is now beginning to be a whole new marketing campaign.
Absolutely.
And so how much time should one spend on that? We got to ask that question because this is a great idea.
Yeah.
And as people are starting to wonder in this slow times, whether that E word, whether it's winter, you got some extra time on your hands.
Yeah.
Should I be?
What are you gonna do?
What should I do? Right? Like I used to play Tiger Woods golf a shit ton.
Yeah.
Because I knew in the winter I had my bases covered in a sense. Like and I was young in business. Come on, I was 1, 2, 3 years. So I,
Yeah,
if I had my bases covered and I was going to be power washing,
we're good.
I, I, I'm young 20s.
Mm,
Could I go drink a little bit cheap beer and blow us? Yeah.
yeah,
Did I
chill a
do it?
little. Yeah,
I did it.
yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
understand, but in 2026, we're talking 2002, 3, 4, 5. Like, we
Yeah.
didn't have, I didn't have the opportunity to,
You
even on a
couldn't
down
go
day,
make a reel.
go
What do you
make a
mean make a
reel,
reel?
like go do something. Like, I mean, should you even take downtime when there's downtime?
Uh, yeah. I would say if you need it, take it, but you should rarely need it
Hmm.
if you set up your business properly. That's what I would say.
Marathon, not a
So yeah, exactly. And so it's like that's a good point actually. If you're running a marathon,
You set up stages
you,
and you set up
yeah,
things the same way you should in a business. Set it up to be a marathon.
100%. You go telephone pole to telephone pole. I'm gonna get everything I got till the next telephone pole. Once I hit that telephone pole, I'm gonna get everything I got till the next telephone pole.
No, that's sprinting.
No, 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 no. Marathon. Yeah. What I'm saying is like
Your
if you're
Canadian
going for a
marathons are
run
different than our US marathons. Here we train for like sustain yourself
for
and
the
like
distance. Yes,
for the
exactly.
distance. Yeah, not go hard to the
Well,
pole
yeah.
and then go to the
I'm
next
not
pole.
saying go hard. What I'm saying is that
Ah, okay.
use
Thank
those as
you. I'm glad you're
milestones.
gonna walk it
So
out a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah. So this is a marathon, but it's made up of all these little milestones. So you say, okay, I'm gonna go make some reels. So it's like, how long should you do it for? Forever. That's the answer. Forever. You'll know if it's time to pull the plug, but you also will never know if it's time to pull the plug because it's not a sprint. There is no finish line. You go from one telephone pole to the next telephone pole, and then you're like, oh, now I go to
Gotcha.
the next
That
telephone pole.
explains it better.
There we go.
He came
Thank you. So
across
that's
as
what,
like go hard to the pole, and I go hard and like, which is what a lot of people say, right? Like,
yeah, yeah,
wake
yeah,
up, go hard, wake up, go. No, 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 no.
yeah. No, no, no,
In
no. It's a
marathon, your legs
marathon, not a
go a
sprint.
lot slower than they do
Yes,
sprinting.
yes,
Your
exactly.
marathon, they take a little time to go up and down, like
Yep,
they do.
100%.
And
It's
there's
about the
some
pace.
resting there.
Yes, exactly. And
There's
that's
flow.
yeah. Oh, that's a good way to. Yeah, there's flow. That's exactly it. And it's the same in business. It really is. It, look, we have long campaigns that we do, and then we have these short bursts that we do as well. But they're all kind of part of the greater campaign, which is nurturing the customer. It's outreach. It's the continued discussion. So we're not so focused on, oh, this campaign didn't work. Well, that means I guess our marketing's not working. No, it means that conversation wasn't as exceptional as the other conversations. But it's all still part of the bigger conversation. And that's the thing I think people don't realize. It's kind of like a marriage is a marathon. Like my wife and I will have amazing days, then we'll have days where we're kind of like, I'm busy, she's busy, whatever. But it's not about the individual moments. It's about the overall destination and as you're working towards that. And that's what it is in business. And so for me, focusing on the furniture stores, for example, that's great for us because we can find out things from our customers very easily. So food is easy, for example.
But
Everyone's going to
furniture
talk
stores,
about
great
food.
job. I don't think
Yeah,
anybody's ever said that.
thank you.
I think
Nobody.
so.
Yeah, yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I've never heard
Kiss,
that.
kiss. Right? It's
It is a
so,
good one.
but it's people that have money, people that are going to
Mhm.
spend on renos and stuff, and it's so easy to jump in that conversation. Hey, you guys doing any renos on the place? It's so easy to jump into that conversation. People love to talk about their renos. They love to talk about the new kitchen or the granite counters they're ordering and stuff. Oh, you're redoing the kitchen? Amazing. You know what? There's this shop right around the corner from here. It's not your average, like run of the mill light stuff. You're going to spend a little bit more, but just like how, the services we do, it's top tier. And you got to check them out. They're on the way home. Like, da, da, da. There's conversations you can have. You're helping them out with those little tips, and you're going to get those right customers. Go ahead.
Here's one I thought of while you're talking.
All right. All right.
You
Here
could
we go.
actually go search for renovation companies,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right?
I like
People
this.
that go and renovate houses.
Yeah.
Here's like you're gonna have to go meet the guy. But if you could go search and find the owners of the renovation companies, hey, how about I clean your car for free? Your truck, it's probably a truck.
Yeah, most
Your
likely.
truck's probably dirty.
Most likely.
You probably value when people see you, the way you look. Put in your own words, right? Like, come on, right?
Yeah.
Like, how about here's a proposal. I show up when you've got a new customer and you're going to go do your new thing. I show up and I clean your truck.
Mm. Interesting. I like that a lot. And then the new customers see that, or his customers see that, and they're like,
Really the
"Oh,
person you want.
interesting." Yeah, exactly. And so he's benefiting because he's getting his truck cleaned, and then that
Right?
is
For those of
interesting.
us that go, I don't have the money on Facebook. I don't
Yeah,
want to do. Okay.
no
You're
problem.
going to have to trade something.
Mhm.
If you can get
There's
some
a
of these
cost.
guys in your
There's
back
always a cost.
pocket,
Yeah,
listen, let me show up.
100%.
I'll make sure you're cleaned, take
Yeah,
care of you,
100%.
and then
And
you guys fill in the blank of whatever happens after. Like, but
yeah,
that's your entry.
yeah,
That
yeah,
guy's going to have your clientele.
yeah, exactly.
That clientele is going to have friends
Yep, and
with
that's
email
how you
addresses that you can put into the
put them into
system
Orbis X.
so
Absolutely.
that then you can go market them.
Yeah,
So, how does one moment translate and trickle down? There's how one moment can do it.
yeah, 100%, 100%. And now imagine too, you put them in Orbis X. I'm just playing off your idea
Yeah.
here. You put them in Orbis X. You get their info or something like, hey, if you guys are ever interested, give me your contact details. Takes 2 seconds, and then I can shoot you guys over like a special deal because you're buddies with my contractor. You know what? However you
Whatever
want to
needs to
word
be
it.
said, like,
Yeah, you put them in the system, and then now you could tag them as whatever that contractor's name is, and you have a follow up that goes out 2 weeks later or something like that. If you haven't heard from them, and it says, "Hey, how are the rentals coming?" Something along those lines. You just start the conversation up again if it falls flat. So that's all stuff you can do automatically in Orbis X, and man, that's killer, actually. Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, I'm glad I showed up because I got something out of it. See, these are the places detailers need to go. But yeah, that's genius though, and I think in terms of
so I think one part where people are going to
yeah,
go, okay, I just don't know what to say. I don't know what to send to that email. I don't know where in Orbis X I need to go to set all this stuff up.
yeah. So the fastest thing you could do is in terms of creating content, if you're stuck there but you know how to do it, is use Luna. Luna can help you out by writing all the content. Now, if you're in the beginning stages and don't know what to do, that's where I would recommend just submit a support ticket. I get back to pretty much all the support tickets, if not me, Calvin, or David do, and we will help walk you through it with a video. After this, I can also create a video on exactly how to do it. But essentially, what you're looking for is the post service messaging and the automatic lead follow ups. But
Yeah,
you'll take care
that
of those.
and like if I gonna go do this thing where I talk to a contractor
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'm there and I say, hey, I'm gonna do this, but if you can give me their email or introduce me to them, I gather that customer's data
yeah, yeah.
and I go put that into Orbis X.
Yep,
How do
100%.
I set up all the targeting now? And okay, now they're a custom. That's what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. And so that's where what you'd want to use is in this case, I would recommend like tagging that customer as something. So renovation client or something. That way you have a filterable list. So you know specifically these clients are from that because you might be doing a few of these ideas at the same time. Let's say you're doing the restaurant one and you're also doing the contractor and maybe a bunch of other things. Tagging customers is a great way to filter those lists when it comes to the automations. And then what you can do is under the marketing tab, there's a ton of tools in there. So you can use your tags with each one of them. But in this case, what I would recommend is the automatic lead follow ups. And the reason being is that these are leads. So you have a contractor who's bringing you leads. You put them in the system as a new lead. You tag them as, Marshall's Renovations. Perfect. On the back end, this is a set it and forget it. You set it up once. You set up a lead follow up that goes out to any lead that's tagged as Marshall's Renovations, and it'll have your message that's in there. Now, what to say varies on what you want to promote. That's where I would recommend talk with Luna. Tell Luna your goals and say, this is what I'm looking to do. This is the whole campaign. Make me a series of automatic follow-ups for Orbis X, and boom, it's going to spit it out. You just go save them in there. Once you do that work once, that little time investment is going to pay off in the future. You don't have to do it again. It happens automatically.
Slow.
And if you you have time, that's a great point, actually, because I think that's something people don't realize too, is that you do have time.
Should I go to this expo, or should I spend those days digging into Orbis X?
Absolutely. And it all depends on what your ROI is. So ROI is just return on investment. What kind of R do you want? What kind of return? If you want to be the social, hey, look at me, hey, good to see you. If that fills your cup, by all means, spend the money, get the hotel, take the flight. But if the ROI is, hey, the R is I want to spend more time with my family. I want to spend more time on the golf course. I want to have a business that's going to be here in 5 years. If those are things that are more important to you, then I would recommend spending that time setting up your follow-ups, building proper campaigns, and get started on the marathon. Take the first steps.
And so if somebody goes, well, yeah, I was never going to go anyway, cool. Hey, perfect. There's a lot of other people that are.
Yeah.
You still can one-up them by going, hey, I get it. I'm not going to go do that, but I'm going to go ahead and schedule some time where maybe I could have, or maybe I'm somebody that goes, well, I've thought about that in the past. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe this is your year to go, I'm going to take an expo of my own.
Yeah.
Maybe I just schedule some time to go sit in my room and dig into Orbis X and how I can benefit. What can 26 do? Just imagine, right? Just start to lay out. Imagine what you can do in 26, and then how can Orbis X help you do that? That's much more benefit of a time.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Absolutely. And if you want, you could always buy your competition some tickets to MTE, and then that way they're gone, and you get all the jobs. Just saying. There's a lot of ways to skin a cat. But yeah, no, that's fantastic. I love the one about the contractor. I'm going to be putting that into play. Absolutely. So for phase 7 with our new ads, Nick has no idea what's coming. So thank you for that. That's amazing. Hell yeah. And I'm already thinking too, because I know a ton of contractors. I don't know why that never really crossed my mind before, but yeah, their clients
I gotta get my celebration down. I gotta.
Yeah, my celebration. Yeah, it's true. It's like the moment where you go to shake someone's hand, but maybe they come in with a bunks, or maybe they do this crazy shit. You don't know.
No, I was thinking touchdown or home run or
what I'm saying is
score
it's
a goal.
Awkward moment. If you haven't planned it, that awkward moment of it's like touchdown, but it's like, Marshall, what are you doing? Why are you? Because you haven't prepared yourself for what your celebration is.
I'm gonna have to work on this.
Yeah.
So whenever you 100% me.
Oh my God, Jesus! Yeah, the end of the fucking 100%. I think I said it 4 or 5 times during this episode. It's just this episode alone. It's crazy.
I need to get a celebration day. That's much.
Fuck! I'm gonna send you. Those the paddles for auctions. I'm gonna send you one of those that just says 100%. You just 100%. Yeah, fuck. I'm gonna have one next episode. You watch. I'm gonna. Jesus Christ. Oh man. Well, listen, man. That was great advice, guys. If you're listening, take some time, expo for yourself. Start the marathon right now. Now's the time. There's lots of tools in Orbis X. Just ask too. Don't be shy. Post in the group. It's a very active group. We all help each other out. Submit a ticket and be like, hey, I was listening to the episode and Shawn said, XYZ. Marshall said XYZ. I want some clarification on that. If you mention that, I promise you, I will get back to that ticket 1,000%. Because even if I'm tied up coding, I guarantee you my staff's going to see that and be like, oh shit, they're going to ping me and I'm going to jump in and be like, yeah, I got this from here, guys. So post something and you'll get something back.
Even if you're not a Facebook guy.
Yeah.
Or gal.
Yeah, exactly. Because there are those out there.
Oh, yeah, right. You've heard it. I've heard we don't go to the groups. 100%. Trust me.
Yeah.
I totally understand. Like,
Yeah, I
there's
get
a
it because the
reason we
groups
didn't
are
build a
nuts
group
sometimes.
for a long time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, because they're nuts sometimes. I get it completely. Tons of notifications. You deal with people that are, it's the wild, wild west out there. So even if you're not, go in Orbis X, click the little help icon, submit a ticket. Hey, I was listening to the episode. Great job. Da da da. I had some questions about this and that, and trust me, I'll break it all down for you. I'll show you how to do it. If I'm feeling really good and you catch me at a good time, I might even just go into your account and do it for you. That happens. So that was a good celebration one there. For those of you listening, head to the YouTube channel because you got to see that. That was the one. That's
is that
the
it?
yeah. That's the one. I hate to say this, but 100%, 100% nailed it. Yeah, Jesus. I'm gonna have to start saying 200% and then see what happens by the year end. I'm gonna see if Riverside picks up on that. But yeah, 200%. But all right, man. Listen, Marshall, appreciate you as always, guys. Stay tuned. Be sure to check out Pints of Polishing podcast and stay tuned for some very, very, very exciting news coming very soon regarding some product sales. I'm really excited, but I'm going to keep it mum's the word for now. But yeah, and Marshall's going to have some news as well coming up soon. That's me putting a little pressure on him because I want to test out something. So
No
anyway,
pressure.
cool. Yeah, no pressure. I love it. Yeah, you're like just diamonds. Yeah, pressure. Cool, man. Appreciate you as always, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Cheers.